Heather Headley won a Tony Award at just 26 and had record labels fighting for her talent. She was poised for superstardom, a rare combination of Broadway skill and R&B vocal power. Yet, despite her extraordinary ability, Heather made one choice that altered her path. She chose family over fame. 2 decades later, her story reveals a harsh truth about the entertainment industry, particularly how it treats Black women. Heather's journey shows that exceptional talent is not enough if you refuse to sacrifice your life entirely for stardom. Her story is a lesson about identity, humanity, and the cost of refusing to conform to industry expectations. Early life in Trinidad. The church as a stage Heather Headley was born on October 5th, 1974, in Barataria, Trinidad and Tobago, a small town outside Port of Spain. Her father, Eric Headley, was a pastor, and the family lived in the apartment attached to his church. From age 2, Heather was performing, placing second in a radio talent contest before she could even read. By 4, she was learning piano and singing in church every week. The church was more than a place of worship. It was her sanctuary and training ground. Hundreds of hours of practice in front of empty pews honed her unique blend of Caribbean warmth, gospel power, and precision that would define her extraordinary voice. Transition to America. Culture shock and new opportunities. In 1989, when Heather was 15, her family moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana, after her father accepted a pastoral position there. The shift from tropical Trinidad to the cold, predominantly white Midwest was jarring. Heather had never experienced snow or life as a minority in such an environment. The culture shock was immense, but Northrop High School became a new stage for her talent. Joining the show, Choir Charisma, and starring as Fanny Bryce in Funny Girl, Heather began to receive the recognition she'd never sought. Her voice, nurtured in Caribbean churches, resonated powerfully on American stages, signaling the start of a remarkable journey. Northwestern University, crafting a dream. Heather graduated from Northrop High School in 1992 and earned a place at Northwestern University, one of the top theater programs in the U.S. She initially studied voice in the Bean School of Music, but later transferred to the School of Speech to focus on musical theater under the guidance of Dominic Mazzini. Northwestern offered talented peers, world-class instruction, and opportunities that had been unimaginable in Trinidad or Indiana. It was here that Heather met Brian Musso, a football player who would become her husband. Her time at Northwestern solidified her skills and ambition, preparing her for a professional career in musical theater. Broadway debut, Ragtime and a Sudden Crisis. In 1996, Heather was cast in the Toronto production of Ragtime, understudying the role of Sarah originally played by Audra McDonald. The opportunity was a dream for any musical theater student, but Heather faced a crisis. A sudden bout of laryngitis forced her voice into complete silence for 2 weeks, leaving her unable to speak or sing. During this time, she experienced deep depression. Brian asked a question that shook her to the core. Who are you without your voice? For Heather, the answer was terrifyingly uncertain. Her identity had always been tied to her talent, and for the first time, she realized her worth had been defined entirely by her output. The industry's harsh lessons. Heather's experience during laryngitis revealed a harsh reality of the entertainment world. Black women are often valued solely for their output, not their humanity. Talent, acclaim, and awards mean little if you cannot perform. The industry had conditioned her to equate self-worth with skill, leaving her vulnerable when her voice failed. This existential moment forced Heather to reconsider her life and priorities. The entertainment machine rewards devotion to fame above all else, often punishing those who seek balance. Heather's story is a stark illustration of how the industry can exploit talent while ignoring the person behind it. Choosing family over fame. By her early 30s, Heather had largely disappeared from the public eye. The same industry that had once celebrated her talent moved on, leaving her virtually erased. She chose to focus on family, raising 3 children in suburban Chicago. This decision, though deeply personal, had professional consequences. The woman who could have dominated R&B and Broadway instead attended school events, drove carpools, and embraced the life she wanted for herself and her children. Heather's story challenges the narrative that success must come at the expense of personal fulfillment, revealing how rare it is for Black women in entertainment to have the freedom to choose family without judgment. Returning to Broadway. The Color Purple. After 15 years away, Heather returned to Broadway in May 2016, taking over the role of Shug Avery in the revival of The Color Purple, originally performed by Jennifer Hudson. Her return was met with admiration and nostalgia by those who remembered her, but an entire generation of theatergoers had no idea who she was. Heather's story underscores how quickly the industry forgets women who step away, particularly Black women. Despite her celebrated talent, her absence highlighted how fame is fleeting and recognition is conditional, often dependent on relentless visibility rather than enduring skill. New ventures, television, and acting. In 2020, Heather expanded her career into acting, landing the role of Helen Dakar in the Netflix series Sweet Magnolia. The show, a feel-good drama about life, love, and friendship, introduced her to a new audience. Heather was no longer just a singer or Broadway legend. She became a relatable, grounded actress portraying complex characters. She also had recurring roles on Chicago Med and She's Gotta Have It, proving her versatility and resilience. Heather's evolution from singer to actor demonstrates her ability to redefine success on her own terms, even after stepping away from the industry spotlight. Honoring legacy and faith. Playing Clara Ward. In 2021, Heather portrayed legendary gospel singer Clara Ward in the Aretha Franklin biopic Respect. This role brought her full circle, connecting her Caribbean church roots with her professional achievements. Growing up worshiping figures like Whitney Houston and Aretha Franklin had shaped her vocal style and musical sensibility. By embodying Ward, Heather not only honored the icons who influenced her, but also reaffirmed her own artistry. This moment symbolized recognition, not through commercial fame, but through respect for craft, history, and identity, a measure of success that the mainstream often overlooks for Black women. Reflections on talent, industry, and identity at 50, Heather Headley is celebrated, but not in conventional ways. She is not a chart-topping pop star, yet those who know music understand her greatness. Her story highlights the systemic pressures Black women face in entertainment, pressures that demand complete sacrifice for fame while punishing those who seek balance. Heather's journey emphasizes that artistry and humanity are inseparable. Her choice to prioritize family over perpetual stardom does not diminish her talent. It underscores her courage, self-respect, and resilience. Her life stands as a testament to the value of identity beyond professional output. Conclusion: a life redefined on her own terms. Heather Headley's story is one of brilliance, loss, rediscovery, and triumph. Not through fame alone, but through authenticity. From a Trinidadian church to Broadway and then to television, she has shown extraordinary talent and adaptability. Her life challenges the entertainment industry's narrow definitions of success, especially for Black women. Heather's legacy is more than awards or commercial achievements. It is a lesson in resilience, self-worth, and the power of making choices that honor one's humanity. Heather Headley proves that true greatness is measured not just by applause, but by the courage to live a life fully on your own terms.